Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan. Here, basically, we are discussing about the Formula Awards, and in this Formula Awards, we are discussing about the 172 number part. And here, basically, we are discussing about the earthquakes. Earthquakes means in this world, basically, the maximum earthquake, basically, the maximum magnitude earthquake was basically 9.5. So this was the maximum earthquake which was came in some 90s 50s period, and that was basically the highest earthquake which was calculated by the earthquake department. But there is no tectonic plates. These all are just for in front of public, that tectonic plates are there. Due to these tectonic plates the earthquake is happening. These all are just for public purpose, that is basically in front of public. But in front of not public, that is totally different one. So there is two world, basically we can say. That is this top point, basically we have already discussed, that is basically in front of world and not in front of world. In front of world, that is tectonic plates, and not in front of world, that is not tectonic plates. That is basically the set of energies which are controlling each and every building. So you can just imagine the energy power. It's controlling 100 floor buildings. So which type of energy that might be? You can just imagine the 100 floors of buildings are getting controlled by the set of just for set of blood cells energy. So how much powerful the blood cells are, that you can just imagine. Because it's not a tectonic plates. Tectonic plates, how basically tectonic plates is under the ground. Basically they can just play the role of the magnitude magnet role, but they can't play the role into the in the top of the earth, basically. All the buildings, basically they can't control it, because to control that, basically the energies are only the way. So the in front of world, that is tectonic plates, and not in front of world, that is basically the energies, basically. So you can just imagine the power of energy. So here, basically set of powers are created by the set of groups, that are basically satellites and universe group, who basically know that how the world is created. So they basically never connected with the earth planet, but they are handling each and every stuff, basically, that earth has created of like this. From this, all the energies basically merged with the one, basically you can say one plates, basically you can say one stone, basically you can say. And then basically the stone got converted into the big planet, basically you can say. So that name basically was given as a earth planet. So the group, basically who has seen the earth planet creation, they basically knows that how the earth planet has created, and which kind of energy basically can handle this 100 buildings. So if that energy gets out, then basically the 100 floor of building basically will get down, basically. But this basically very rare case, rare this happen, because the world is already created. The 215 countries are created. You can just imagine 215 countries are created. That means this all verification might have done long before, basically. Each and every satellites control, basically the group basically who has created the world. They might be 100% diving, and they know that there is no like tectonic plates that is basically controlling the 100 full building. So 100 full building, basically it's where, basically it's in Mumbai, basically it's in Mumbai is there, Bangalore is there, in Vadodara, basically I think 25 floor buildings are there, maximum, I think. So 25 floor buildings are basically controlled by the set of energy. So the power company, energy company, and nuclear power company, they knows basically this 25 floor buildings is getting controlled by this set of energy. For that, basically, how many energies you can see layer has created, so that the earth planet can be stay in a stable mode. That is basically the building is not supposed to move left, right, then vehicle are supposed to move normal only. Sometime what happens, car basically suddenly changes direction, but car people basically who is driving, they don't know that how the car has changed its direction. So that is basically also controlled by the set of energies only, you can say. So like this, there are how many energy basically which is created by set of groups, basically you can say. So assume that we will take a few example, like there are 1,000 families, members, who basically are, you can say, the freedom fighters family, like Mahatma Gandhi family, Subhash Chandra Bose family, uh, Chandrasekhar Azad family, Bhagat Singh family. These all are basically the Nehru family. So these all are the freedom fighters basically, whose blood cells are basically taken in the use of the energy. For example, 10 floor buildings is getting generated, and after completion of 10 floor building, which are the energy which can control this 10 floor building? So that basically the power companies and energy companies knows, and they know according to that only the entire design is created. So this design basically, that is the earthquake design. For example, there is one Pavagad temple, sorry, Pavagad mountain, that is basically created long before. Basically, how the Pavagad was created? The answer basically is the Pavagad was created when the lava blast was happened in Vadodara city. There were previously basically Vadodara city was not there. When the lava blast happened, the Pavagad mountain generated, and then basically the entire Vadodara city basically got created. Basically, you can say. So entire Vadodara city was is basically full of mountain only basically previously, but now basically it is one city basically. And there basically the Mahakali temple is there, where the lava blast was happened and entire Vadodara city was created. It was not ended; it was created from that area only. So there is one basically lava area basically, you can say lava holes, where that is basically that nobody can track basically, because it's not possible to track, because lava basically means the waves basically will come out from the land basically, you can say. So it's not possible to track basically where exactly that the lava blast was happened, and where this actually lava blast was happened in the Vadodara city. That is basically in the in the Pavagad mountain basically. So the Pavagad mountain is basically just near to around 30 to 40 kilometers near from the railway station of the Vadodara city. So from there basically the Vadodara city creation has happened. This is basically the story which was basically told by the old Vadodara people, and few people basically, I asked this to one of the Bollywood person. He told that yeah, that is basically correct story, but the story is the advanced story is also there. That is basically whenever the lava blast happens, an entire city gets creates newly. That is basically nobody exists in this city. That time basically from lava, 2 to 3 people or 4 people gets creates automatically on the base of the Saturn satellites. Then basically the Sunilar Nair was shocked. How basically Bollywood groups know this all the thing basically. So that then that Bollywood person told that that's why basically we are from Bollywood. From lava basically the human can create. That was also basically he told that the 4 to 5 people was created from the lava which was got blast in the Pavagad, and then basically like this the Vadodara city got created. Then basically he was shocked basically. Then he told that we have basically connected with the set of satellites groups, and they know basically how the lava blast was happened. And on the base of lava blast, entire Vadodara city was basically covered with the lava sand, and that video also basically the satellite groups have, and they told that from where the lava blast was happened and where is that location where the blast was happened, they can point it out from the satellites. Yeah, this was the location from where the lava blast was happened. So he was basically shocked. Basically, Sunil Arnair was shocked that a Bollywood group have this video also. And then he told that how the birth of the 3 to 4 people was got the birth from the lava sand. That also basically video they have. Then basically he was shocked basically how it's possible basically. The chemical basically birth happened. That basically everybody knows. That is basically the science. That is basically the science, right? The birth happens from the lady's birth. That is basically also we have seen. But from lava blast, that is basically the sand which gets out from the lava. From that basically the human gets creates. That is basically how it's possible. Basically, the Bollywood told that we have the video of the proof also, that how the lava blast was happened, and on the base of that blast lava in the mountain, that is basically Pavagadh, and in this lava blast in Pavagadh mountain, sorry, the Pavagadh mountain was created on that lava blast, and after that entire Vadodara city was covered with the lava sand, and from that basically the 4 to 5 people, sorry, 3 to 4 people was created. Then the basically the creation happened of the one entire Vadodara city. So the Bollywood person told that they have the address of that 4 to 5 people member also. What? Then basically Sunil R. Nair was shocked basically. That world is basically like this also. So the birth can happen like this also from the lava sand. So basically, it was very shocked basically that from one formula key word, that is basically this is basically 172 number ongoing. From that, basically you reached to the Vadodara creation, how the Vadodara creation has happened, and on the base of how the Pavagadh mountain got created, and there basically in Pavagadh mountain the Mahakali temple has been created. So we can just imagine the creation level, how the cities are created, and on the base of the city creation, the entire lots of city also gets created. So there are many cities basically that depends upon the Vadodara city. For example, India economic is basically by default getting handled by the Mumbai city, that is by default basically in front of world. So whatever basically the economic controls happen, that is basically what happens from Mumbai. Almost all the big businessmen, they are staying in Mumbai, and they are handling the entire economy of the India. So that same way, the Vadodara city is also like that. They are also controlling lots of cities, and on the base of that city, basically controlation, the energy is also getting supplied. So Vadodara city is basically you can say it's a magical city because lava blast was happened and the Pavagadh mountain was created, and then basically the 3 to 4 people was automatically created. So this is basically you can say it's a magic. It's not magic. You have basically the Bollywood person told that yeah, basically it's a magic. Then Sunil Nair told that yeah, basically up to what level the Bollywood groups have, and you have the video also. This was basically the story ongoing. Yeah, basically they told that yeah, we have the satellite video also, which was sent by the one of the satellite groups, and they told that just to see this video how the basically the things are getting controlled. Then Bollywood groups that told that basically that's why basically we do whatever the satellite groups tell to us to do, whatever they say that we do, because they have shown us the each and every video basically how the things are created, how the things are ended, how the things get started. So each and everything basically before starting the work with the satellites groups, they have shown us each and everything. Then only basically we started the work. That's why basically we blindly do the each and every work of the satellites group. If they say that here this thing has to be happen, then basically 100% we have to complete that task. That's why basically the government control also we have taken. Then basically he told that which type of government control, the US government. So basically he told that the Bollywood, how basically the Bollywood person have the US control. Then he told that basically there are lots of human clones which is created by the lots of countries, chemicals group, chemical data. On the base of that chemicals, basically, we have created lots of uh, people also, and we have placed in very big level post also. We have placed those people to big level post also, where basically they are doing a big level post stuff basically you can say. That can be president level post, that can be prime minister level post. Then basically he was shocked. Sunil R. Nair was shocked that how basically the entire Mumbai, that is basically situated in 700 kilometer, how much powerful the Mumbai have basically. So you can just imagine basically how the Vadodara city was created, how the lava blast happened, and how the Pavagadh mountain got created. So like this basically the Bollywood group basically also are basically telling that we are also shocked basically how the things are basically. They basically just literally shocked from how the lava, from the lava sand, how the human basically can be created. From the sand basically how you can create the human basically. How is that possible? So he was basically shocked. So this is basically the subscription plan. This is basically connected with the subscription plan also because the subscription plan groups, they basically 100% might be going this all the thing, the because the subscription plan whoever basically is controlling, they are also might be connected with the Bollywood groups only. That is basically by default basically you can say. So the subscription plan basically when they send to the each and every cities, so assume that they have sent the subscription plan data to the Vadodara city. So there basically set of layers are created on the base of here basically we have taken one example of the 15 to 20 floor buildings, which is the maximum. It can be 25 also, it can be 30 also, it can be 35 also. So assume that 35 floor buildings has created by in Vadodara, that is the maximum length of the city, height of the city, sorry, height of the building, that is not a height of the city. So height of the building is 35 floor. So that 35 floor is getting controlled by the set of energy. So that set of energy basically when it's getting dumped to the Vadodara city, that time basically the lava data which was blasted in the Pavagadh mountain, and on the base of blast the Pavagadh mountain got created. That data also 100% the group, this groups might be having, 100% this group might be having, because each and everything which department is created, whatever department is created, that are by default connected with the Bollywood groups, right? Without Bollywood groups, nothing basically, nothing basically you can say uh, gets hide basically you can say. So you can say that they are the jasus of the each and every departments also. That also you can say. So that is basically not the topic. Here the topic is the subscription plan which is taken by the Indian government, and Indian government, if the Indian government is created and they are sitting at the big level post, so by default they might be knowing the story of the Vadodara city, how the Vadodara city has created, on the base of which sand basically, on the which of base of which lava the Vadodara city has created. That is by default they might be knowing. That's why basically they are sitting at the big level post, right? That's why they are traveling with the red light vehicles. That's why they are sitting at the big level post, and that's why basically we are basically sitting at the normal post. So these all are basically the major difference between the normal public and the red batti people basically who are at basically the big level post. So here basically we are not discussing about the post. Here just we are trying to find out the solution of the subscription basically. The subscription plan basically which is taken by the government by the set of groups. They are telling that we have given you this subscription plan according to the money given by the government to you. So in this basically either you give the money or you can give the set of skills basically you have. So how many skills you have basically? Then the question was basically asked by the World Bank groups. So they told that we have lots of software developers, we have lots of project managers, we have lots of software delivery heads, we have lots of good CEOs, vice presidents who can basically easily handle the companies, and you can give these resources to us. So there are basically many resources are basically handling the big level companies that you know. That is basically like Google is there, Microsoft are there, then the Lycos is there, and then you can say Twitter. Basically, I think Twitter basically it's not Indian. So like uh, Rediff is there, Rediff is there, then Flipkart is there. So this basically are all basically the Indian skills basically who are handling the each and every big level of the business. So what is business? That also basically these groups know. What is sales? That also basically these groups know. Because I have taken one example of the mall. when the mall gets material, when the mall gets material, sorry, the when the mall gets each and every items in their malls, that stock basically whichever they are getting according to the plan which is done by the nuclear power companies, energy companies, and the power companies. According to that only the each and every items they are getting it, and the stock which is getting handled, that is also getting handled according to that level data which is sent by the certain nuclear power energies and power plant groups. So according to that only the datas are getting, and according to that only the malls are basically getting the each and every items in the you can say in the city basically. For example, in Vadodara city there are 35 malls. So 35 malls are basically getting their items from the companies according to the nuclear power companies data, which is already sent long before to the companies who are basically into creation of human needs. So the companies who are basically into the human need creation, that is basically the biscuits, medicines, oils, petrols, vegetables, fruits, with each rice, wheats, dals, like this basically each and every materials which are getting created by the certain level of companies who are basically into this business, they gets the data from the power plant company, the power company and the energy companies. They got the in advance basically you can say. So they have the plan schedule also that in this basically time basically we are going to send the data to the city, that is basically the nuclear plant is going to give the data to the energy company, and energy company is going to give to the data to the power company, and then power companies are going to give the data to the each and every house. So that plan basically the company basically has. So according to the plan which is basically company have, according to that only the company sends the data to the 35 malls, and the 35 malls group basically gives the materials to the public, that is basically around 35 lakh people basically exist in Vadodara city. So the 35 lakh people which who are getting the materials and they are eating the human needs, that is basically on the base of the nuclear data basically. Whatever data they have sent to the companies, according to that data basically the each and every human needs companies basically who are who are basically into the business of the human needs. For example, Colgate is there, right? So Colgate basically have the data. They have the data and they have got the data from the nuclear power plant company and the energy company and the power company, and they are very old, right? So they know this all the thing. So according to the data they have got, according to the data only they have prepared the toothpaste of the Colgate, and how basically we do that paste basically, how the paste is created, and how we basically do the brush, and on the base of that basically our teeth get very strong basically, it does not fall basically. Reason basically you are having the Colgate is there, Pepsodent is there, and then basically there are many companies toothpaste who says that we give guarantee that your teeth will not fall. So like that basically the company gives the guarantee that nothing will happen, and the opposite side also is there who basically gives the guarantee that your teeth will fall. So it's like that basically. And here basically the things basically we are discussing, that is 172 number part. And in 172 number we were discussing about the subscription plan which is taken by the government, and on the base of that basically the earthquake is coming and earthquake is not coming.